Hi there, welcome to my channel. Today I have an exciting video. I'm going to be testing out my new Faber Castell Albrecht Dürer watercolor markers. So today we'll be swatching. After the swatching, I'll also be doing this nice spring tulip watercolor painting with them, and it actually turned out to be quite the struggle, but I do a few tests towards the end of the video, so make sure you stick around to see those. Don't forget, if you find this video helpful, let me know. Make sure you hit the subscribe button so you'll be notified when I post other ones. Okay, let's get on to the swatching. These are the Faber Castell Albrecht Dürer watercolor markers that I got in my last art haul. If you haven't seen that, I'll post the link for that art haul below in the description. Now I'm going to swatch them, and I'm just going to write down the number, and I'll just swatch both ends. I will not blend it out with water or anything yet, just because I will wait and see when I do my painting. It'll be a surprise. Alrighty, so this is number 132 beige red. And we have a nib. Oh, this must be one of the ones that, yeah, that the cap was off. Actually, that nib kind of messed up that paper there. We'll see. 107. And this is cadmium yellow. Oh, that's nice and bright. Ooh, that is very nice. Okay, then we have dark chrome yellow, number 109. Oh, that's a pretty yellow. Mind you, I think every color's pretty. It probably won't matter what I open. I'll say, oh, that's nice. Ooh, that's pretty. All right, so then we move on to 113, orange glaze. And this is just a is it a multimedia paper? No, this is actually just the Canson Biggie, or Big XL, a piece of their watercolor paper. I use that for swatching and testing stuff. So then we have number 118, and which is nice is they actually have the light fast rating right after the number, and you'll see this is 3 stars, scarlet red. Oh, that's pretty. And I mean 3 stars for light fastness. That's awesome. Oh yeah, that's really nice. Now I'm not sure, I'm kind of watching. There is definitely a drying shift to some of them, which with any watercolor there usually is, like this yellow dulled down quite a bit, but it's still very nice. And then we have 219, deep scarlet, and that is also a 3 star. If there's going to be something that's not going to be light fast, it's a lot of times reds, and oh, that's really pretty. It's almost like quinacridone, similar. I love fresh, juicy color. And this is Pale Geranium Lake, also 3 stars. So it's nice to know I have some nice reds, and really that's a warmer, and this is deeper actually as it dries, and this is definitely cooler. This is probably closer to quinacridone red. And this is Pink Carmine. Now this is only 2 stars, 127, but I believe 2 stars is still good. Oh, that's really pretty. And we have Middle Purple Pink at 3 stars as well. And this is 125. I should have actually written the stars on them, but I can go back and do that. Very nice. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah, I'll use that in flowers for sure. And then we have Pale Violet, which is a 3 star as well. That's awesome. 136. Okay, check out the nib. Oh yeah, that's nice. So then we're gonna move on to the next tier. And then we have, oh, nice blues and greens. 247, indanthrene blue, 247, 3 stars as well. Oh, that's a nice, yeah, nice start. Yeah, I really can't wait to try these out in a painting. And I'm thinking like I'll probably, pick a few and take them with me in my travel bag. So I could even do pen and ink with these markers. So this is Phthalo Blue 110, which is one of my favorite blue. And this is a 3 star. And if you notice, sometimes when they go down, they look a little different, but I'm noticing as they're drying, they look very close in color, except for this first one. When I received the markers and opened them, there were a couple that the caps weren't completely closed on, and they're probably going to be dried out. I'll have to contact the seller. This is 153, Cobalt Turquoise. Oh yeah, I love these colors. Turquoise, one of my favorite colors. And there's a lot, like you can see the pigment coming out. Very nice. Okay, so 120 Ultramarine, another one of my basic blues. Very nice. Okay, and Cobalt Green. That's a new one for me. I've never had a green, so this is a 2 star. 56. Oh, that's nice. I really love the brush tip. Yeah, really liking the brush tip. Okay, and this is 112. And this is Leaf Green. See, and the funny thing is I would never have this many watercolors on my palette, so I'm sure there'll be markers that I probably hardly ever use. Maybe you know, if I'm outside or something and want to do a quick painting. Okay, dark phthalo green. This is 264, and this is a 2-star. Oh, that's nice. May green, 170, and this star. Oh, that's a nice, yeah, that's a really nice green. It's more of a neutralized green. You can definitely see some red in it, and yeah, it's very nice. It's more along a natural green that I would probably use. And this is permanent green olive, 167. This is a 2-star. Oh, that's nice too. Yeah, that is really nice. See, like these greens, you see these greens in nature. Yeah, these greens, yeah. Well, maybe this one, like in spring, but... All right, we have earth green, 172, and this is a star. Oh yeah, that's really nice too. Really nice. Okay, moving on to the last row. Oh, and I see we have some ochres and... Okay, so let's see what this one is. This is Indian red, 3-star, 2. This is, yep. Oh yeah, that is so pretty. Very nice. And then we have green gold, which is 260. Yeah, some of these are going to be great for landscapes. This must be burnt sienna. No, sanguine, which is probably similar. So 188, and it's a 3-star. Oh yeah, that's nice. Very nice. Sorry about that. I just had to shut the door. The veterinarian office, I have a veterinarian's office across the hall from me, and they work every second Saturday, so you can always hear sometimes dogs and them talking. And it's a sin. You hear the little doggies cry. It breaks my heart. Okay, so 175, and this is dark sepia, or sepia probably. Yeah. Oh, that's nice. Nice and rich. And we have some grays. Oh, wait, we have a blue too, a dark blue. Or is that dark indigo? Okay, so warm gray 3, and this is 272, and this is a 3-star. Actually, I never even said what the dark sepia was. That's a 3-star as well. Quite light. Well, mid. Yeah, that's a really nice gray. That's a warm gray. And then we have another warm gray, 237 3-star. Nope, 273, and that's a 3-star. A little dyslexia going on there. Oh, that's really nice. Okay, I love that. That is nice. Okay, so then we have a cool gray. Cold gray, 233, and that is 3-stars as well. Oh yeah, that's nice too. So I'm surprised, these markers are actually doing really well on this cheap paper. And this is a dark cold gray, 235, and this is 3-stars. So I think maybe we'll try maybe a pen and ink, maybe just like if I was out drawing, or, oh, that's a nice dark. And then we have an indigo, 157. This is 3-star. Oh yeah, that's nice. Yeah, I really like, they've got some really nice darks. That is beautiful, beautiful. And our last one is black, 199, and that's a 3-star. And black's not a color I typically use, but oh, that's a nice rich black though. Ooh. Okay. All right, so these colors, I'm so excited about these colors. Very excited, and I will be able to pick, set those over there, what we're going to do, what colors we need. Let's just set that aside there. I've drawn out some tulip, and I actually drew them pretty dark so you could still see them. Let's just grab some colors. What a nice vibrant red. Let's grab a little purple, some yellow. They're pretty bright. Okay, so let me grab, that'll be good for a tulip. So will this one. I wonder if you can layer these on top of each other. We're gonna find out. Okay, let's grab a brush, some paper towel, and I think I'm gonna start with the leaves and the stems just to get used to these, where I've never used them before. I've got some water. Okay, so let's just try this. Let's see if we can pull that out and dissolve that with a little water. Oh, wow. I can see a little pilling on the paper. This is actually just a cheap mixed media. In fact, I don't even know which one it is. Probably the XL. Yeah, it's just the XL mixed media paper. And I definitely do not like that. Let me try the brush nib. Okay, that's a little better. See if we can actually blend on the paper. Okay, so this might not be a great paper for this. We'll use it for now. That's probably too much, but oh well, we're gonna wing it because I've never used these. That might be too much. Let's see if we can blend it together and make it look like, oh. Okay, so you know what? I probably didn't even need half of that. Like but oh, look at how they dissolve. These might have possibilities. Let's try mixing that with the more muted green. See how that works. Okay, I definitely need some of that other green, but I'm still amazed. I'm still quite amazed at that back there. So the only thing is I will have to dry or let them dry in between. Let me try this dark one right here. But I'm not going to paint it all the way. I'm going to see if I can just pull it over. And that might be a little too much water. They really move once you put the water to them. And I think probably as you use them, this brush tip will get a little more flexible. Yeah, I don't think I like the nib, but I think it'll depend. And again, I don't even think you need this much marker because look at the second I activate that with water. Oh, I think you could get such a nice loose painterly look with these, especially like with pen and ink. Let me just drop some of this back over here. And I'm all over the place because I'm trying to keep the book straight so I get a good shot when I film. Oh, wow. Look at, yeah, they're very, very pigmented. I probably didn't need this much on it at all. Okay, so let me blend this out so it'll dry. I want a cool red. This is 127. 127 would be good down here at the base. Let's try pulling that up. I'm going to start back here with some water. Work down and hit it with the water and kind of pull it up into the water. And they do, they really flow in the water. I'm going to try the yellow first. See how much I really need to do here. Oh, wow. I don't know how they'll react on cotton paper because they might absorb too quick. You may not be able to activate them as well, but we'll try. Yeah, I wish they'd just make just a brush marker. I really don't need that nib, but I guess maybe it'll be handy just in case. Okay, let's pull this down. Sorry, that noise is actually my water container moving around. I'm not sure why all of a sudden it's not stable. Let me put that under it, and maybe that's why I have that there. It's probably drove me nuts before. Yeah, I can't get over how pigmented these are. That's beautiful. Okay, so I'm really loving these markers so far. And of course, this is the first kind of thing I'm using them on. So was this the 127? It is. So this is a little darker. And you can always just pick some of that back up. Oh, that is, you know what? I'm really excited about these. Oh my goodness. Okay, so, I mean, wow. Okie dokie. Actually, before I put all yellow in that, I'm just going to see if I can. Like, I love markers. I love, you know, drawing and stuff with them. So these might be really... Okay, let me get some of that. Now my yellow is still wet, so I'm just kind of testing. I'm going to end up wetting the whole thing again, just because I don't want a big blotch to happen there. So let's get some of this brighter red over here. And it's probably better to put the lighter color down first because then you're not going to get your tip dirty. Oh, I already got my tip dirty. Just a sec. Oh, look at, oh shoot, I bet you that's affecting the color. Okay, let me just dab that until I get rid of it. All right, so there's definitely some here and some there, some there. I'm just going to take some of this and knock it in there. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, I love that pink. What is that again? Is that the lake, the light? No, that's a pink carmine. It's only 2 stars, but you know what? This is in my sketchbook, so it does not matter. Pale Geranium Lake was the warm. 219 Deep Red Scarlet. Yeah, that's nice as well. Okay, let's try this. Okay, I'm just gonna kind of let it flow to the edge. And if I get some backgrounds on these, even better. I'll probably go over this with ink just because my pencil is so dark, and that way it won't show up as much. Now I got quite a bit of pushback with the water here, but you know, there's going to be a learning curve, so if you do get them, take your time and play with them. Don't get upset if things don't turn out the way you want them right at first. I mean, there's a learning curve to everything. I do wish I had a darker, kind of duller red, but I mean, I guess I could mix one on a palette. I never thought of that. Okay, but let's not do that. Let's try to use them by not mixing them. Just put a little purple there. See if I can work that in. Yeah, it's still, the water, it's still going to be. Well, it is a little darker. I think I'll let that dry and wait and then try to go over it with something else. Pale Geranium Lake. And that, I'll do this down here. That's just kind of a flower in the background. And this is going to look really messy, but I have a hard time. See, I usually move my board around as I'm painting or my book, so I can paint towards the lines, like so I don't make a big mess, but that's okay. Actually, I'm going to take a little of that light right there and put that in there as well. And maybe right there. This is pretty dry now. And I'm just going to see if I can maybe not put as much paint. I don't mind the background, I like that, but I just, color-wise, it wasn't quite bright enough. Yeah, the water, like, yeah, and you know what? Wow, that really redissolves well. Let me just paint this one. Okay, so this one's darker. I'm going to just put a little bit of this here just to kind of get some warmth where the light would be hitting it. Okay, I think I'm going to dry that before I do anything else. 127, which is the pink carmine. Yeah, I want that a little darker. And you know what? This is such kind of cheap and smooth paper that it's going to lift back really easy anyway. See, you can see, boy, that water really pushes it. I'm actually trying the bullet tip again. I'm trying not to put too much water on it. I'm seeing that you really don't need a whole lot unless you want a really watery wash. There's definitely going to be a learning curve to it. Can I actually dot some in and it'll spread? Let's see. Yeah, okay, that's not quite like a brush when you drop pigment in, but our surface probably isn't as wet either. Let's drop some water in. Yeah, that water really activates it. But this paper's also drying so fast. Like I'll do something on some cotton paper as well. I just thought I would try this first because it's smoother, which I thought would give us better results when we blend it out. And you can't do a whole lot on this paper because all you're doing is making the surface fuzzy. Yeah, and I think I would probably blame most of this on the paper. .118 is Scarlet Red. Now see, I was missing that. I wasn't even looking at that. I was thinking it was orange. It is more of an orange red, but we do want some, warmth. our pale geranium lake back here as well. And I guess I wouldn't have to blend it all out. I could just, you know, grab the edge. And this isn't going to be a beautiful finished painting or anything. It's just going to be a quick trial and error, which I'm getting a lot of error, but that's okay. That's what it's all about. The quicker you make mistakes, the faster you learn about this stuff. Oh, see now, that bled into my leaf, and I won't even touch that. I'll leave it alone. Colors are beautiful. Let's finish up some of these leaves. Yeah, this paper is awful. Let's dry that up. Yeah, you know what? It's funny because I actually like the messiness of this. I'm definitely moving towards looser painting, that's for sure. Let me do the 167. Down bottom. I really like this green. Okay, while that's drying, I think I'm going to, I wonder if, you know, I've been doing this pretty quick, so what blues do we have? So the 110, I like the 110, which is it ultramarine? No, phthalo. Why didn't I know that? Okay, so this is probably going to be way too much. Let's just try this. Oh, and see. Actually, I guess I should probably just keep going because once I start, I'm not going to want to stop. All right, let's give it a try. Oh my goodness, that just, oh yeah. You know what? It dissolves so nice. Like, yeah, I'm not liking the streaky look that it's getting, but maybe I needed to do a smaller section at a time, but I didn't want it to dry out and do a bunch of backgrounds. And I may just have to go over it again. Yeah, I just have to kind of work at it to get it dissolved. That's all. Looks like I have some separation of color there. Yeah, less definitely is going to be more with these, and that's a learning curve. I'll get better. Don't get too much water in here. You just kind of want to move the pigment around. You can see areas that are drying faster. Now this I didn't even dissolve, but I do like the back runs, so I'm actually probably going to like this. All right, let's just put a little there, and this is where maybe the nib will come in handy for little areas. Oh, I must have dropped a bead of water, but that's okay because I think I'm going to try and re-wet all of this just to get some back runs. And I do want that a little darker in there. Oh, you can actually see it just go fuzzy. Yeah, I'm not a fan of those nibs. I'm really not. And see, that was wet. It actually dug into the paper. So, I mean, this is just to test them, and this is the type of stuff that you want to learn. Yeah, it definitely makes the paper fuzzy, but that's this paper, right? So let me grab while this is drying a little sheet of cotton paper, and let's try a couple on that. Okay, so let's try some. In fact, I'll try the ones that I have doubles of so I'm not wasting. And what is this one? Okay, so I have the phthalo blue, of course. See? that's one of the now, oh yeah, that really. Okay, so this is the Saunders Waterford paper. Oh yeah, the cotton, 100% cotton, and I'm not getting the little pillies like I was. See, oh my goodness. Oh yeah, okay, so I guess it's the same as watercolor. The cotton paper's the best. All right, so my next tutorial with these will definitely be on cotton paper, but I'm so glad that we tried it on the cheaper paper just because, oh, I wonder how this would be on hot press cotton paper. We'll have to do some tests. Look at that. Oh my goodness, look at the pigment in that. Oh yeah, yep. Love them. Oh yeah, so nice. Now I can still see, but if I just make my brush damp, I can manipulate that, and you know what? Every little marker, even for the nib, disappear. And look at that. That is beautiful. Like, look at the color. Let's just pretend we have a tulip. Okay, that's a really bad that's a really bad petal, but that's okay because I just want to see if I went like this, right? Maybe the nib is the key. Maybe the brush is too. If I come back here with some water and I start working into it, wow, oh my goodness, look. Oh yeah, look at that go. Okay, that is absolutely, you need such a small amount. Let's try a stem and a leaf. I want the lighter kind of to be out there. Let's put a dark line here just for the darker. Okay, so let's see how that works. And maybe this brush might be a little too big for that small area because it's dropping a lot of water. You know what? Let's try some water on the front of the leaf. Let's try just bringing that up to the edge of the water. And you can see once you hit it, because it starts to go out quick. So yeah, it absolutely causes a back run though, because this water is way more wet than the marker. So let's just try to blend it out by adding some water. Yeah, that's really nice. Let's just do a little meat at the base. Just have to make sure that you don't end up picking up your color unless you want to. Like when you're trying to blend it out, see how I went back in but my brush was damp? Now I'm actually picking the color back up. Yeah, but oh my goodness, look at that phthalo blue. Okay, that is absolutely beautiful. I'm going to let that dry. I'll play with those some more, and let's take a look at our... You know what, though? For what I was looking for, I don't mind this. This is kind of... I wanted that kind of loose, playful look, and now I think I will outline it. Now, I'm sure those pencil marks probably will not erase off without damaging the painting because of the paper. It is what it is, and this was a great little test because these are expensive markers. And let me waste mine instead of you wasting yours if you have some. This way you know. Okay, so I put some pen on that and it actually kind of hid some of the pencil. Now I know this isn't the best paper, but I just want to put a little yellow there and see if I can actually... Oh, see, okay, good to know. See on this cheap paper, do you see what happened? It actually lifted everything that was under it. Like I now have a white spot. And I don't think there's anything fixing that. That is, let me just, now I've got the challenge of I want to fix it. These are really good for one and done. These aren't made to be layered or glazed, but as I say that, I want to try. So this is dry. Now I want to come back and see how it does on the good paper. You can see that water really, really pushes. So you do not need a whole lot of water, and oh yes, but see how much better it is on the actual cotton paper. So it is just the cheap paper. It's going to lift it right up. Let me try some of the bright red right here and see if that happens. See if we end up with a big spot. Nope. Okay, so that is good to know. Now I know they say you can just wipe these off, but you're wasting your watercolor, so let me see if I can actually blend this back in. Oh yeah, so definitely, you know what? These are not made to use on cheaper paper. I'm going to try them on the hot press as well, but look at how nice they dried here. Beautiful. Let me try, because it was the yellow that took it right off before. Let me try putting some yellow here and just working that in. They really blend out nice on the cotton paper. This paper just is not heavy enough. You can see how it's crinkled. It really just isn't made for this much water. It's made for light washes. As you lay it down, see, you can see it. It's moving the pigment underneath. Let's just see if we can blend that out now. If we have enough pigment that we go over all of it. And you can see my paper is fuzzy, so definitely not good for the cheaper paper. This is awful. Awful, awful on this paper. I'm going to leave this as it is. So here's the XL watercolor paper. And maybe that is what we need. Let's test the XL. Okay. Actually, let's try the nib as well on the XL. See if we can blend those out. And this is only a small brush. Yeah, and we're not getting the pilling that we were getting on the other ones. That's amazing though, on the 100% cotton paper. Very, very nice. So let's try the yellow again. That's the one that picked it right up. It was just the brush tip. Let's try that. Oh no, okay, so absolutely. You definitely need the better paper. I wonder how they'll work in my actual little travel books that I use. I might have to make my own little watercolor sketchbook. Let's just take this and we will peel the tape off, and it is what it is, but now we know. Oh, yeah, this paper, oh yeah, look, it's actually taking, yep. And this is very, very, the stickiness on this tape is not a lot. So, well, I don't hate that. I think if I would have done it on the cotton paper, we would have had a much better result. But I do like it for the effects where it will back run. Like if you wanted something really loose and washy, definitely a smoother paper, maybe a little better grade than this, because this just isn't suitable. You can see the ripples. Even with so-so results, I still love them. Just because of testing them out on cotton paper is enough to say I know. I know that they will be awesome. All right, thanks for watching, and I hope this has helped. Let me know if you have any experience with the cheaper paper or the markers. Have a good one. I'll see you in the next one.